Chosen one, if you're seeing this, stop scrolling right now. Something in you just froze. You don't know why, but your spirit knows. Your spirit felt it before your mind understood it. This is not a coincidence. Nothing about this moment is random. Heaven does not waste divine appointments on empty souls. Listen carefully. This message was not made for everyone. It was not made for the crowd. It was not made for the comment section full of noise and doubt. This message was sealed, and it was sealed for you. Keep it quiet. Do not tell them what's happening inside you. Do not explain it to people who are still asleep. Some doors are not meant to be shown to everyone who walks past them. Some fires are not meant to be shared with hands that will only try to put them out. Hear this clearly. You have been feeling different for a long time. Different from your family, different from your friends, different from people who used to understand you but somehow don't anymore. You've felt isolated, you've felt unseen, you've cried in silence, wondering why doors are closing, why people are leaving, why everything feels like it's falling apart at the exact moment you thought your life should be coming together. God is saying, that was never falling apart, that was falling into place. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. There is a difference between a soul that is broken and a soul that is being built. And right now, in this very season, you are being built by hands you cannot see, for a purpose you cannot yet fully understand. But you will understand. Heaven is going to make sure of that. This is your sign. This is your moment. Keep watching, because what is about to be spoken over your life will change everything. Somewhere right now there is a soul sitting in silence, wondering if God still remembers them. Maybe that soul is you. You have prayed prayers that felt like they hit the ceiling and fell right back down onto your own head. You have cried out in rooms where no one heard you but the walls. You have asked over and over, God, do you even see me? Do you even know my name? Listen carefully. He knows your name. He knew it before your mother spoke it over you. He knew it before your father chose it. He knew your name before the foundations of the earth were even laid down. You were not an accident. You were not a mistake born into a broken timeline. You were written into eternity before eternity even had a face. That is why the enemy has fought you so hard. Hear this clearly. If your life had no purpose, there would be no resistance. If your calling meant nothing, there would be no attack. The very fact that your path has been so hard, so lonely, so exhausting, is proof that something powerful is waiting for you on the other side of this pain. God does not prepare ordinary people for ordinary purposes. He prepares chosen ones for battles that would destroy anyone else. And that is exactly why your life has felt like a battlefield. Think about every person who walked away from you when you needed them the most. Think about every friendship that quietly disappeared. Think about every relationship that broke your heart into pieces you thought could never be rebuilt. You've wondered what was wrong with you. You've wondered if you were too much or not enough, or somehow cursed to always be left behind. God is saying, you were never abandoned. You were being separated. There is a holy difference between abandonment and separation. Abandonment is when you are left because you are not wanted. Separation is when you are removed because you are needed somewhere else, somewhere higher, somewhere your assignment could not survive if those people had stayed. Some people were only assigned to a season of your life, not the whole story. And when the season ended, heaven closed the door, even if it broke your heart to watch it close. That was not cruelty. That was protection. Because what is coming for you next cannot be carried by hands that were never meant to hold it. Listen carefully. This is why you feel lonely, even in a room full of people. This is why you smile on the outside, while your spirit quietly aches on the inside. You are not lonely because something is wrong with you. You are lonely because you are being called upward, and very few people are willing to climb that high with you. Eagles do not fly in flocks. Eagles fly alone, above the noise, above the storms that ground everyone else. If your life feels like a lonely flight right now, that is not evidence that you are forgotten. That is evidence that you were never meant to stay on the ground with people who were only ever comfortable walking. Hear this clearly. Your loneliness is not your punishment. Your loneliness is your training ground. Every great man and woman of faith walked through a season of isolation before they walked into their purpose. Before the palace, there was a pit. Before the throne, there was betrayal. Before the miracle, there was the silence of a tomb that felt like it would never open again. You are living in that same pattern right now. And if you are honest with yourself, you already knew that deep down. That's why this video found you. That's why your spirit stopped the moment you saw the title. Heaven does not send signs to sleeping souls. Heaven sends signs to the ones who are waking up. Listen carefully, because this next part is going to cut straight into your soul. Betrayal. If you have been betrayed, do not curse the wound. Bless it. Because that betrayal was not designed to destroy you. It was designed to disconnect you from a version of your life that could never carry what God is about to release into you. Think of every person who smiled at you while planning your downfall. Think of every friend who clapped for you in public but whispered against you in private. Think of every relationship that felt like home until the day it revealed itself to be a trap. You survived that. You are still standing after that. And that is not a small thing. That is a miraculous thing. God is saying, I allowed the betrayal because I needed you to see clearly. Sometimes God allows people to show you exactly who they are at the exact moment you needed to see it, so that you don't walk into your next season carrying dead weight disguised as loyalty. Painful? Yes. Necessary? Absolutely. Hear this clearly. Every person who left, every friend who betrayed you, every relationship that shattered, was heaven quietly clearing the runway for your takeoff. You cannot fly with people still holding onto your wings. God had to let some hands let go so that yours could finally be free. This is why you feel lighter after the pain, even when it still hurts. This is why, somewhere deep inside, even through the tears, there has been a strange whisper of peace. That whisper is the Holy Spirit confirming what your mind refuses to believe, that the pain was the doorway, not the destination. Listen carefully. Spiritual warfare is real, and if your life has felt like a constant fight, that is not because you are weak. That is because you are dangerous to darkness. The enemy does not send warfare to nobodies. He sends warfare to world changers. He sends confusion to those who are destined for clarity. He sends division to those who are destined for unity. He sends attacks on your peace because your peace is a weapon he cannot stand against. That is why your sleep has been disturbed. That is why your mind has raced at 2 a.m. with thoughts you couldn't explain. That is why you felt heaviness for no logical reason, sadness with no clear cause, anxiety that seemed to come from nowhere. Hear this clearly. Some of what you have felt was never just emotional. Some of it was spiritual resistance against the very calling trying to rise up inside you. But listen carefully, because this is where the shift begins. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not the whispers, not the setbacks, not the isolation, not the heartbreak. Every single one of those things was meant to break you, but instead, it is building you. That is the miracle hidden inside your mess. That is the testimony hidden inside your test. God is saying, I let the fire come because I already knew you would not burn. I already knew you would come out refined, not destroyed. Think about gold. Gold does not become valuable by staying untouched in the ground. Gold becomes valuable through fire, fire that melts away everything false until only the pure substance remains. That is what your pain has been doing to you. It has been burning away everything fake, so that what remains is undeniably real. Hear this clearly. You are not the same person you were a year ago. You are not the same person you were even a few months ago. Something in you has shifted. Your patience has changed. Your tolerance for foolishness has changed. Your desire for shallow things has changed. That is not coincidence. That is transformation. You are shedding an old identity to step into a new assignment. Listen carefully, because heaven is about to speak directly over your life. There is a breakthrough assigned to your name. Not a small one, not a temporary one. A breakthrough so significant that it will make sense of every tear you have cried in silence. A breakthrough that will explain every closed door, every lost friendship, every heartbreak, every lonely night. God is saying, I did not forget you. I was preparing the exact moment when everything would align. Divine timing does not move at the speed of your impatience, it moves at the speed of your readiness. And right now, in this very season, you are closer to readiness than you have ever been. That is why the pressure has increased. Pressure does not arrive before a breakthrough by accident. Pressure arrives right before the breakthrough because the enemy knows what's coming, even when you don't fully see it yet. Hear this clearly. If everything in your life feels intense right now, that is not a sign that you are losing. That is a sign that you are close. Think of a woman about to give birth. The final moments before birth are the most painful, the most intense, the most overwhelming. But those moments are not a sign of death. They are a sign of arrival. What you are walking through right now is labor, not defeat. And what is being birthed through your pain is going to be so beautiful that you will forget the shape of the tears that carried you there. Listen carefully, because this is your prophetic warning. Do not abort what God is birthing in you by returning to what He removed from your life. Do not go back to relationships He closed the door on. Do not go back to friendships that only drained you. Do not go back to versions of yourself that were comfortable being small. Some chosen ones almost make it. They walk through the entire fire, they endure the entire storm, and right before the breakthrough, they quit. They go back. They settle. They silence the very calling that survived everything just to reach this moment. Do not be that soul. Do not let comfort steal what pain has already paid for. Hear this clearly. You did not survive everything you survived, just to give up right before your miracle. God is saying, hold on a little longer. I see what you cannot see. I know what you do not yet know. And what is coming for you is worth every tear you have cried to get here. This is your keynote. This is your reminder. This is your sign. Keep it quiet. Do not explain it to people still asleep. Just carry it. Let it settle into your spirit. Let it change the way you walk, the way you pray, the way you believe. You are chosen. You always were.